What's up guys, Shao here with Six Pack Shortcuts, and I got my boy Henry Tran, and we're here today to discuss how he got his ripped physique, how he did it, some of his tips and advice, and first, what got you into fitness in the first place?
Well, Clark, what got me into fitness was when I was young, I always had a real skinny physique, and I was just tired of being skinny, and I wanted to pack on size. I didn't really know what to do, so I looked to my idols back in the day, which was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, right? So those, back epic legendary movies of, Predator and, Rocky, right? So I wanted to get physiques like them. So those were the key components that started me to get into getting into fitness.
Sounds a lot like me too. Man, I loved Arnold. I always read all his stuff. The Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding?
Oh yeah, I got that. Man. That's on the bookshelf for sure.
That's the classic. Okay, so let's get into some of these questions that you guys probably are curious to know about Henry. So what do you think is more effective for fat loss? Cardio or resistance training?
Well, for fat loss, I think diet is key for sure. It all starts in the kitchen of what you put in your body, but they're all interconnected together. So you need to do high intensity cardio type workouts, and you need to incorporate strength building in there too. So it's all connected. If you need to be more time efficient, if you can hit both at the same time with high intensity training, then that would be key. But I think diet is key for sure for fat loss.
So it's basically diet and cardio and resistance training. You don't want to slack, and you want to incorporate all of it.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want that, overall ripped physique, you're gonna have to utilize all those aspects. You can't leave one out without having those.
Very true. Yeah, because come to think about it, I always see guys who do exclusively cardio, and they might be thin, but they don't have a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah, yeah.
And then guys that don't do cardio, they don't diet, and all they do is lift. Well, they got these big old arms with a big old gut.
Yeah, and so, it just look like one big block with no separation, and that doesn't, look appealing either.
So to have that physique that you want, that magazine cover physique, you got to do it all, right?
You do have to do it all. You got to put in the work.
Yes, sir. All right. So what is your opinion on HIIT for getting shredded, also known as high intensity interval training?
I think HIIT has gotten a lot more exposure these past few years. I think it's very effective, very time efficient. In today's world, we're busy. We don't have, time to work out, spend hours in the gym, and we need to, build lean muscle mass and get ripped. And HIIT is a great way to kind of do that. It's like an all-in-one bundle package, right? You're hitting cardio and your weight training at the same time. You're doing interval training, getting that strength building, and you're, getting that pump and, getting that muscle striations and tearing the muscle fibers. And on top of that, you're getting your cardio in at the same time. So I think it's very effective, and I highly rank it high in the workout profile.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's being effective and efficient, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily take hours in the gym. It's what you achieve, what you get done, and it's the intensity that matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your top 3 must-have foods in order to stay ripped?
I wish I could say pizza, beer, and freaking nachos, but that's not gonna work. I keep it simple, right? We try to make things complex, but I really try to keep it really simple. Lean protein, low glycemic carbs, slow burning carbs, and some type of green vegetable. So for lean proteins, I'll usually do just chicken breast, lean ground turkey, real easy to make. For carbs, I'll do yams or brown rice. And then for greens, whatever greens you want. Spinach, kale, asparagus, whatever greens you want, broccoli, whatever. Those are the 3 things I kind of stick to keep a lean physique, and I think those work well.
Awesome, awesome. I have a little bit to add to that one too. Lately, a lot of my clients, when I put them on meal plans, they tell me, well, I eat pretty healthy, I eat a lot of fruits. And it's crazy because I say, well, use fruit sparingly. Think of it as like nature's healthy dessert. And they say, but aren't fruits good for you? And I said, yes. You know what's good for you in fruit is the antioxidants, it's the vitamins, it's the fiber that it provides. But don't you get all those in vegetables too? You got fiber, you got antioxidants, you got your vitamins. So the one thing that fruits have a lot more of than vegetables is sugar,
That's right? They don't realize that, yeah.
Yeah, so fruits do have nutrients for you, but it's probably, if you want to stay lean, better to get those nutrients from veggies, right?
That's right, that's right.
Fibrous, cruciferous vegetables, greens, broccoli, zucchini, spinach, cauliflower, all those.
There's many alternatives. I know you want to satisfy that sweet tooth, but you're going to have to kind of control it.
All right, now here's one that everybody wants to know. Do you think cheat meals are important for maintaining your condition?
Cheat meals are not only important for maintaining your condition, it's important for maintaining your insanity. If you work out hard, you need to kind of treat yourself to a cheat meal, and you need to know how to control it. So some people think, oh, I worked out for the day, I need to go eat a cheat meal immediately after, I deserve it. No, you're gonna have to get away from that mindset. You're gonna have to kind of, take it and spread it out a little more. So if you're, working out for a full week, maybe get 2, maybe 3 cheat meals to kind of start with. Me, if I'm kind of being flexible with it, I'll do 1 cheat meal a week. But if I'm on my game, I'll just go 2 weeks with only 1 cheat meal. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard to kind of keep your cheat meals out, especially when you go out and you socialize, and you don't have your meal preps in front of you. You're gonna have to go on the fly and go eat somewhere. You're gonna have to learn to make healthier choices. You can be, detailed with what you order. So if they have chicken breast at the restaurant, you're gonna have to say, kind of have one that isn't based with sauces on it. Just give me the chicken breast, lightly seasoned, something like that. So just make healthier choices, and yeah, I think you'll be good. Yeah,
I do that all the time. On my way up here, I didn't have enough time to make any food, so I actually stopped by Subway. I got a 6-inch ham, turkey, roast beef, and what I did was I loaded it with vegetables, and I used the bread as a handle. Yeah. And as I was eating it, I was just peeling off the bread and just eating the vegetables.
I do all that. I always wonder if people look at me weird, because I'll eat a sandwich or a burger or whatever you wanted, right? And I'm eating it, but I'll just randomly start peeling excess bread that's not connected to the meat. So if it's not flushed with the meat, I might I'll start peeling off the bread.
So you can modify everything that you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't matter if you eat out, fast food, which I don't recommend, but if you do, you can always modify it and make it as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
My opinion on cheat meals, well, obviously your opinion on cheat meals is working great for you. I just think they're not necessary. It just depends on the person, really. You got to know your personality. Yeah. Some people, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually have a lot of clients, they're like, hey, can I have a cheat meal? And I'm like, well, I want to keep it kind of realistic. I'm like, sure, just keep it in moderation.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back and say, man, I had 1 bite and I couldn't stop. And then 1 cheat meal turned into a cheat day.
Oh, man.
And then the cheat day turned into the rest of the week, and everything was just thrown out of proportion.
Yeah,
it was like a snowball effect.
And you start back at square one.
Yeah, so I think for some people, if you can control your cravings and, like you said, reward yourself or whatnot, cheat meal would be great. Some people should not have a cheat meal. And then it also depends on your mindset too. You want to think of a cheat meal as a little treat, but if you're constantly all week or all month looking forward to this cheat meal, you feel like you're imprisoning yourself, like you're trapping yourself and restricting yourself to the things that you like. And I tell my clients, when you're eating healthy, it should be a lifestyle change. It shouldn't be something that you're trying, almost like a punishment to yourself, So you should actually enjoy the foods that you're eating. And I actually reserve my so-called cheat meals as kind of a social thing. So I don't treat myself to it, but if I'm out with friends and stuff, and everybody else is, having certain meals, I don't want to be difficult. I'll modify my food still, but if there's nothing else left, then I might have a bite or 2. So I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, some of your daily meals, if you can, you don't have to make them too fatty, but you can use the right spices where it doesn't feel like it's some dry cardboard piece of piece of food you're trying to eat.
You can definitely put flavor in your food.
Yeah, definitely.
Any kind of spices, and even like sodium, sea salt, because if you're working out regularly, you're sweating. As long as you don't have blood pressure issues or anything like that, sodium is not really going to affect you because you sweat it all out with your workouts. So we're more concerned with the macronutrient profile, which is the carbs, the proteins, the fats. So by all means, if you want to season your food, go for it. As long as you're not putting cream sauces or like ketchup and sugary stuff on there, load it up with flavor. I love flavor. And then speaking of spices, you know, cayenne pepper is a thermogenic. So if you throw cayenne pepper on your food, it actually helps to increase your metabolism a little bit, help you to burn a little bit more fat. So just a little extra tip there. So we all have social lives, and not all of us drink, but for those of you who do, what is your rule of thumb when it comes to alcohol intake?
Well, luckily in my lifestyle, I just learned to not really drink. I don't need to drink, so it's not really a big deal for me. But I can understand people who, you know, enjoy going out, enjoying that social life and going out with your families and friends, and you do need to, you know, probably have a couple of drinks every, you know, here and there. And just everything is better in moderation, right? Learn how to control your intake. So, I mean, you can, and also with alcohol, you can make healthier choices. So if you know, drinking beer, use a light beer, you know, whatever, Michelob Ultra is usually a beer I go to. And then with liquor, you know, if you take a drink or two, I usually do like a vodka with water and lime, and just moderation. So yeah, I don't drink, so it's not really a big deal to me. I really don't care if I don't have a drink at all. But yeah, if you definitely need a drink, you know, you can make better choices, and just make sure you just don't, you know, get trashed. You know, that's not what you want to do.
You know, it's funny, sometimes I entertain guests, they come over my house and we pregame before we go out, and I keep vodka, that's my alcohol of choice, and I just do plain with water, stay hydrated. But then of course for your friends, they're like, do you have any mixers? And they look in my fridge and I don't have any mixers. I was like, no, I don't keep all that sugar, high fructose corn syrup stuff. And they're like, well, you know, I don't want to be rude, so I do want to provide something that's tasty for my friends when they come over. So I actually, as a mixer, I make BCAAs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I make my flavored amino acids and I mix that with vodka. They're like, oh man, this is good. Yeah, and it's just like juice, but it's actually something healthier for you. Or let's just say you're a Red Bull vodka kind of guy. You know what I put in with those? I put in afterburn fuel. So I put like a scoop of afterburn fuel, different flavors, and they'd be like, man, this is really good. So, you know, you can always, again, you can modify things and make better choices. I don't see how that hasn't really caught on. Like, they should start having like BCAAs at bars and stuff, because I think, you know, the world is becoming more conscious of becoming fit, of health. So I think that would definitely be, you know what, that's my next $1 million idea.
BCAA liquor.
Yes, BCAA mixers. Well guys, that's a wrap on Henry's rules for getting shredded. Stay tuned next time for his advice on how skinny dudes can build lean mass. Until next time, my name is Shao with Six Pack Shortcuts, and this is Henry Tran.
I'll see you later.
See you guys.